My favorite joke in the Bible is a really nasty burn that one prophet gives to another, and you can find it in 1 Kings chapter 22. Now, it's an easy joke to miss, partly because we don't often look for smackdowns in the Bible, and partly because translations often refuse to acknowledge such lowbrow humorous fart jokes being in the prophets. Here's how it goes. The kings of Israel and Judah were going to war against another country, but they wanted to hear a prophecy about whether they would be victorious. 400 prophets agreed that they would be victorious, with a man named Zedekiah right at the forefront saying everything would be fine. But King Jehoshaphat wanted to hear from one of the prophets of the Lord. Unfortunately, the king of Israel hated the only one they could find, a man by the name of Micaiah, because he never said anything good about the king. So after some prompting, Micaiah said that the attack would indeed be a complete disaster. And in fact, a lying spirit, which remember, spirit, breath, and wind are all the same concept. See previous video, link in the description. But that a lying spirit had been sent to mislead all 400 of the other prophets, just so that the kings would go to war and get killed. Now, this called all 400 prophets' integrity into question and painted their spirit, their words and breath, as lying. Zedekiah takes offense. He walks up and he smacks Micaiah in the face, defending his spirit as divine by asking Micaiah, "Which way did the Spirit of the Lord go to get from me to you?" And Micaiah replies, "You'll know the next time you go into the secret room." Which back in the day would have made everyone go, "Oh!" But today it's just confusing. But let's take a closer look. The word inner room is about someplace dark, private, and it can mean a bedroom, just a room on the inside of the house, or a bathroom. Now, most translations go with it being an inner sanctum of some kind, that the spirit will become clear when Zedekiah is hiding from his enemies. And that is a possibility for sure. Discerning what wording in the Bible was only used literally and what was used euphemistically is incredibly difficult. And jokes are some of the hardest to figure out. But why would the path of the Spirit become clear while under siege? That Micaiah was telling the truth would be clear, but not the means by which the Spirit, the wind, went from Zedekiah to Micaiah. So that doesn't really make sense. Fortunately, there's another possible interpretation. And if, instead of reading hiding in the inner room, it should mean withdraw to the bathroom, then things make more sense because it plays off the double meaning of spirit as being air or wind. Zedekiah wants to know how the wind that made him prophesy left him and went to Micaiah. Well, he can find that same pathway the next time he's using the bathroom, because the implication is that the only wind he's speaking it from comes from his butt. Put in this light, that is a brutal smackdown, that the only wind which powers Zedekiah's so-called prophecies is a nasty fart, and he's so deluded, he thinks it's God. It paints the man who slapped Micaiah as a fart speaker, a foul spirit, foul wind breather, as someone so clueless they can't tell bad gas from God's breath and need to be reminded by using the restroom. He's basically saying, no wonder his words are crap, they're powered by crap. Which makes this the best smackdown in the Bible, in my opinion. Now, is this interpretation a certainty? No. Certain elements of the story fit either theory better. But for me, since this is Micaiah replying after getting hit in the face, a little smackdown fits the context best. And again, we see the human element of the biblical characters come through. That a snap comeback to getting hit. And yes, a fart joke. I love it because it gives me hope that I can be used in my humanity and in my crudity as well. I hope that this video has encouraged you just to take a closer look at Scripture, to be willing to let it speak what it actually says and not try and make it be refined and purified and edifying all of the time. Next week, I'll be taking a look at some of the bad science that's in the Bible and why that shouldn't bother us as Christians. I hope you'll come back for it. Until then, thank you for watching. Have a great week. See you next Friday.